CareerX is a one-year transition to work program for students with disabilities. And what we really focus on is figuring out their aptitudes and their interests and then kind of guiding future planning based on that.
CareerX is a way to work on my job skills and to get a job later.
Unlike our other two-year programs, we're not teaching a specific skill. We're not teaching you to become an auto mechanic or a cosmetologist or a digital arts and design. We're teaching kind of general employability skills and providing an opportunity to do career exploration to then guide future planning. Soft skills really include effective communication with customers, with supervisors, with colleagues, working effectively in a teamwork setting.
Teamwork is a huge thing because you're never going to be alone working.
Accepting suggestions, learning some of the unwritten rules of work and adapting to them quickly. Most of our students will come to us either questioning where are they going in the workforce, what are their skills, what are their interests, or they might have an idea of a career path that they would like, but they're not quite ready with some of those soft skills. And research shows that 95% of the people that lose a job lose it because they lack the soft skills as opposed to the technical skills.
There's always communication in life, and if you communicate well, that shows that you'll have a successful job. That's the hope.
So we're really looking for those students that are ready for more, but just need a little bit of fine-tuning or a little bit of career exploration to kind of figure out really where they're going to end up. One of our students the first year, Jason, came to us and had a lot of hands-on skills, but really struggled with the interpersonal aspects of work. And we worked on that while he was here. He went on to the Project Search program at Xavier University, did really well there, and is still employed at Xavier University 3 years later. We're on a simulated work environment where they'll go through a variety of tasks to determine sort of what their hands-on aptitudes are and then what their interests are. So there's 432 distinct activities that are leveled, and they work through at their own pace. PACE is the curriculum that we use here, and PACE stands for Practical Assessment Exploration System. The 5 units of PACE are business marketing, which is a lot of kind of clerical information organizing tasks. There's computer technology, which works on the software side of things. We're not really hardwiring computers, but it's using the Microsoft Office suite. There's construction industrial, which is pretty much what it sounds like. So they're going to be using saws, power drills, measurement. Processing and production, which is a lot of kind of motor planning and visual processing skills, sort of taking chaos and making it ordered. And then consumer service, which touches on some basic cooking skills. They'll use sewing machines, some cleaning, those types of things. As students identify areas of interest and aptitude in the PACE curriculum, if appropriate, we can set up lab visits for them. So say a student is working in a construction unit in PACE, they find they really enjoy it, they're showing some aptitude. The nice thing about them being on our campus is that we can just slide them down the hallway for a day or 2 days or a week into our construction program where they can get a sense of what does it really look like. And what we found when we had the PACE curriculum was that it was really great, but there were some parts that we just felt like were missing. So we've created sort of a 6th unit of PACE, which we call DLA, which is Daily Living Activities. And it's all of the things that a lot of our students will need to know but never really are taught anymore. So it is budgeting, there's finances and budgeting, which is as simple as filling out a check, to balancing a checkbook, to formulating a monthly grocery budget. Students will use, we call them home management, so it's stuff like a first aid kit and how to do your laundry. Some of those things that really nobody teaches anymore. And there's supermarket, so kind of setting up healthy menu options. There'll be some cooking, there's a lot of planning involved. And that really came from the students, because as we finished up the first year, we were asking our students at that point, what is it that you don't know about yet that you want to? And that was overwhelmingly what they came up with, sort of these independent living skills that they felt they were lacking and wanted as they were entering in to kind of the adult workforce.
For the cooking, there's measuring, and they also say that you should know your measurements and stuff. I'm not too good at that, so that's sort of why I'm here too, to work on that. Right now I'm also taking a math class because I was sort of behind on my math classes, so they can do that here too.
Our lab is really set up to increase the students' independence. So as the supervisors, we really are there just to sort of guide as needed. So students will be expected to independently use their work records to figure out which activity they should be working on.
You have a job card where you go and get it, and then you read it, and then you'll tell your job coach, okay, this is what I'm doing today.
We'll review the task with them to be sure that they understand correctly what they're going to be doing. and then we kind of remove ourselves, and the student is expected to independently complete the task. When they complete it, they sign back up. We review to make sure it was done correctly. If it was not done correctly, the student will redo the tasks rather than just saying, no, that's wrong, move on to something else. We give them a chance to build that skill. The nice thing with the way it's set up is that as a student might need assistance, so maybe they're using something, an equipment they've never used before, or they're using a skill that they haven't quite developed, we're there and can provide some of that direct assistance in the moment, so it's functional learning.
If I'm not going to be here, I will have to call my supervisor and tell him, oh, I'm sick today or something, and you can't have your parents do it. That is very important. They stress that because your parents are not going to be there to follow you around the rest of your life.
We have three main outcomes upon completion. Students will either go to a one-year career tech program like Project Search, which are held at the Children's Hospital, Xavier University, and Fifth Third. Students will enter the workforce. With some assistance, we'll hook them up with OOD, which is the Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, and kind of help guide them into the workforce. Or, as appropriate, they might enter a two-year career tech program here at one of the Great Oaks campuses. Throughout the process, as students are developing aptitudes and interests, we are constantly talking. The students get their daily progress log sent home once a week where it talks about those soft skills, and then the PAYS report, all the data that we collect gets compiled into a report and is sent home quarterly, as well as emails and phone calls with parents along the way. So we want parents to kind of always know what's going on, and so that there's no surprises, that we're not getting to the end of the year and the student says, oh, I'm going to go into this program. Along the way, they're part of that process, that decision-making process, because we really are a transition program trying to guide future choices.
CareerX is to work on my job skills and to have a better life for the future. It's a good experience, and I'm happy to be there.